Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are learning to find probabilities using Venn diagrams. We've got 4 success criteria, and the first one is to interpret Venn diagrams. A Venn diagram shows the relationships between different sets. The relationship is shown using the different regions of the diagram. So the Venn diagram shows information about the gender and hair colour of students in a class. So let's make sure we know what the Venn diagram is telling us. So there are 7 people who have brown hair who aren't girls. There are 8 people who have brown hair and are girls. There are 10 people who are girls who don't have brown hair. And there are 4 people who are not girls and don't have brown hair. So how many students have brown hair? So this is everything inside of the brown hair circle. So that's 7 plus 8, which is 15. How many students were girls who didn't have brown hair? So that's everything inside the girls circle, but that's outside of the brown hair circle. So that's 10. And how many students do not have brown hair? So that is everything outside of the brown hair circle. So that's 10 and 4, which is 14. Here's a question for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. So this Venn diagram shows information from a survey about whether people liked burgers or hot dogs. So how many people surveyed liked burgers only? So that's this part of the Venn diagram, so that's 15. How many people surveyed liked hot dogs? Now that's everything inside of the hot dog circle. So that's 12 plus 8, so 20 people. How many people surveyed liked both burgers and hot dogs? So that's where the 2 circles overlap, so that's 12. And how many people didn't like burgers? So that's everything outside of the burger circle. So that's 8 and 9, which is 17. Here's another question for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. So this Venn diagram shows information from a survey which asked people if they liked to drink tea, coffee or water. So how many people surveyed like tea and water but not coffee? So that's where the tea and water overlap but without the coffee. So that's 12. How many people surveyed liked only one of the drinks? So that's people who only liked tea, who only liked coffee, and who only liked water. So that's 8 plus 11 plus 6, so that's 25. How many people surveyed didn't like water? So that's everything outside of the water circle. So that's 8 plus 23 plus 11 plus 5, which is 47. And how many people who liked coffee also liked another drink? So that's this part of the Venn diagram. So that's 23, 14 and 27. So that's 64 people. And now we've completed success criteria 1. So now we're going to move on to number 2, and this is to calculate probabilities using Venn diagrams. Probability is the chance of something happening, and we usually write probability as a fraction. With the number on the top is the number of what you want, and the number on the bottom is the total number of possibilities to pick from. So this Venn diagram shows information about the pets of students in a class. So 11 people just have a dog, 6 people have dogs and cats, 9 people just have cats, and 6 people have neither cats or dogs. So what is the probability a person picked has a dog? So this is out of everyone, as it just says a person picked. So this is out of everyone in the Venn diagram. So that's 11 plus 6 plus 9 plus 6. So it's out of 32 people. That's how many people are in the Venn diagram. And we need to work out how many have a dog. So the Venn diagram tells us that 17 people have a dog. So the answer is 17 out of 32. This question says, given that the person has a dog, what is the probability that they also have a cat? So this is out of everyone that has a dog. So this is going to be out of 17. And what is the probability that they also have a cat? So given that they have a dog, what's the probability they also have a cat? So there's 6 people who have a cat and a dog. So that's 6 out of 17. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. So there's your green answers and your red answers. And now we've completed success criteria 2. So now we're going to move on to number 3, and this is to set up a Venn diagram. So 30 students are asked if they have a dog or a cat. 16 people have a dog, 21 people have a cat, 1 person did not have either a cat or a dog. We want to draw a Venn diagram to show this information. Now a lot of people, when they answer a question like this, answer it like this, which is incorrect. If 16 people have a dog, that means the dog circle needs to add up to 16. And the cat circle must add up to 21. So we need to answer it like this. Well, first of all, make a note that the dog circle needs to add up to 16 and the cat circle needs to add up to 21. Now 1 person doesn't have either a cat or a dog, so they can go on the outside. That leaves us with 29 people that do have a cat or a dog. Now to work out how many people have both, we can add together the amount of people that have a dog and a cat, so that's 37, and take away the number of people that we're talking about. So that's 8. So the number of people that have a cat or a dog is 8. Now the dog circle needs to add up to 16, so that must mean that 8 people just have a dog. And the cat circle needs to add up to 21, so there must be 13 people who just have cats. And now we've completed the Venn diagram. Here are 3 questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. So here's your green answer, here's your amber answer, and here's your red answer. This question says 30 people were asked what equipment they used in a gym. 17 people used a treadmill, and 14 people used the exercise bike, and 5 people used neither. So we want to complete this Venn diagram. Now 5 people used neither, so 5 goes on the outside. So we're left with 25 people that used the treadmill or the exercise bike. Now 17 plus 14 is 31, and if we take away the 25, that tells us there are 6 people that use both the treadmill and the exercise bike. Now 17 people use the treadmill, so that must mean there's 11 people who just use the treadmill, so didn't use the exercise bike as well. And there are 14 people that use the exercise bike, so if 6 use both, that must mean that 8 just use the exercise bike. So we've completed the Venn diagram. So now we can answer these questions. So what is the probability a person picked at random used both machines? So it's out of everyone, so it's out of 30, and 6 people used both. So the answer is 6 out of 30. The green question says what is the probability a person picked at random used only the bike? So again, this is out of everyone, so it's out of 30, and 8 people used only the bike, so that's 8 out of 30. The red question says given a person used the treadmill, so this is out of people that use the treadmill, so 17 people use the treadmill, so it's going to be out of 17. What is the probability that they also use the bike? So there are 6 people that use the treadmill and the bike, so the answer is 6 out of 17. Here's a question for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. So this question says 50 people were asked whether they do their food shopping online or in store. 35 people said they shopped in store, 18 people said they had never shopped online, and 7 people said they did neither. So we want to complete the Venn diagram. Now 7 people said they did neither, so 7 can go on the outside. And if 18 people said they had never shopped online, 7 people said they did neither, so that must mean 11 people have never shopped online. So they've only shopped in store. And we know that 35 people said they shopped in store, so 24 people must do both. That means that 8 people must only shop online. So what is the probability a person picked at random only shops online? So this is out of everyone, so it's out of 50, and 8 people only shop online. What's the probability a person picked at random shops online and in store? So this is out of everyone again, so it's out of 50, and there are 24 people that shop online and in store. So that's 24 out of 50. The red question says, given a person shops in store, so this is going to be out of 35, what is the probability that they don't shop online? So that's 11 out of 35. And now we've completed success criteria 3. So now we're going to move on to number 4, and this is to apply algebra to Venn diagrams. So this question says 40 students are interviewed about their sports preferences. They're asked if they like football, rugby, both, or neither. 20 people said they liked football, and 23 people said they liked rugby. 5 people didn't like either sport. So we want to draw a Venn diagram and work out the probabilities that a person picked only likes rugby. So if we start by drawing the Venn diagram, now the football circle needs to add up to 20, and the rugby circle needs to add up to 23. There's 5 people who didn't like either. And if we call the number that liked both x, that means the people that only liked football would be 20 minus x. And the people that only liked rugby would be 23 minus x. Now we know this is out of 40 students, so when we add all these together, it needs to equal 40. +20 plus 23 plus 5 would be 48. And minus x plus x minus x would make minus x, and that equals 40. So if we solve the equation, we can see that x is 8. So the Venn diagram must look like this. Now we want to work out the probability that a person picked likes only rugby. So that's 15 out of 40. Here are 2 questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. Here are your answers. So for the green question, the Venn diagram looks like this, and it's got to add together to make 60 because it's out of 60 students. 23 plus 13 is 36, and 2x plus x is 3x. So if we solve this equation, 3x is 24, so x must be 8. So there are 8 people that liked neither, and 16 people who liked both. So the probability that a person picked likes both genres is 16 out of 60. For the red question, this is what our Venn diagram looks like. Now it's got to add up to 191. So if we simplify it, we get 227, take away 2x is 191. Then we need to solve the equation. So minus 2x equals minus 36, which means x equals 18. So we want probability that a person who went to Walt Disney World also went to another theme park. So this is going to be out of 122, because that's the amount of people that went to Walt Disney World. And now we need to work out how many people went to another park, and that's 74. 45 plus 18 plus 11. And now we've completed success criteria 4. So now we've completed the last objective, it's time to end the video. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you found it useful. Make sure to like and subscribe and be sure to check out the other videos on the rest of the channel. I'll see you next time. See ya.